Hello viewers, welcome back. My name is Vivian Washira. Today we are hosting a very interesting guest. He's a man of God, he's a life coach, he's a husband, and he's also a father. Can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Wow, what a wonderful opportunity to speak today. Thank you, Vivian, for your invitation. My name is Jackson Muhoti. I am a transformational speaker and also a life coach and an author.
So today we're having a very interesting topic. We'll be talking about the stages of every successful relationship. So Mr. Jackson, tell us, what are the stages of every successful relationship?
Wow, what a wonderful phrasing of the question. Stages of a successful relationship. It means that all these stages, if you follow them, then you will have a successful relationship. And it also means that if you do not follow them, then you are likely not to have a successful relationship. To answer your question directly, we have 10 stages of every successful relationship. And please, it is very, very important to follow these stages, because if you skip one, then you are likely to have challenges. What are these 10 stages? Stage number one is the stage of a stranger. It's called the stage of a stranger. The first one is the stage of a stranger. A stranger is the person that you have seen for the first time. You have never seen them since you are born. You have never met them anywhere. And for the first time, you just go to town somewhere, you just go to a city, you just go to a new church, you just go to a certain environment, or maybe to a hospital somewhere, and you meet a stranger. That stranger, you have never seen them. And therefore, there are some discussions you cannot do with a stranger. It is not correct for you to go and tell a stranger, I love you, you are amazing, you are powerful, your hair is mesmerizing, and you have seen that stranger for the first time. No, you don't start from there. From that first level of a stranger, you let them go, then let them go to another level. Take them to another level. If you want in a successful relationship, leave the stranger, take them to another level. It is called the level of a commoner. At least ensure that you have seen them a number of times. The second level is called the level of a commoner. This is a person that anabaye ako familia, anakukalia familia. Waingia kwa basi ukaona huyo mtu anakaa familia, huyo mtu anaikalia familia. Where did I see them? At least you have ever seen them, but you know nothing about them. But at least you have ever seen them. That's the second level. It's called the level of a commoner. And in that level, you cannot date a person. You cannot tell the person how you feel about them, because they are just common to you. If you make a mistake from that level and indulge relationship or love and anything, you will regret. So take them to the next level. Let them move. Let the relationship move to the next level. It is called the third level, which is the level of an acquaintance.
So what are the characteristics of an acquaintance?
Wow, amazing. What are the characteristics of an acquaintance, which is the third level? The characteristics of an acquaintance are the following. Number one, an acquaintance is a person who knows only limited information about you. Very scanty information. An example, they may know your name, the town you come from, the city, for example, California, maybe Nairobi, or Kisumu, or Mombasa, just the scanty information. They know where you come from. They don't know your relatives, all of them. They don't know anybody else. Maybe they know the school you schooled, maybe your name, and just a few things about you. So if that is now the third level, and you cannot make a mistake of dating a person or being in a relationship with a person who is in the third level, the level of an acquaintance, you need to take them to the next level, which is now the level of a friend. A friend. A friend, who is a friend? A friend is a person that you know all about them, only positive things. An example, you know they are friendly, they are generous, which is the game they love, and anything, you know they are outgoing, they are humble, and you know every positive things about them. You know the auntie they love, you know the sister they love, you know whether they love a soda, whichever kind of a soda that they love taking, maybe some Fanta, some this, and therefore you only know positive about them. That is the fourth level of a friend. And from the fourth level, we go to the fifth level, which is level of a best friend.
So there is a friend and there is a best friend.
Yes.
What is the difference between a friend and a best friend?
Thank you for that question. What's the difference between a friend and a best friend? Now, the difference is just serious. and amazing. That a friend is a person you know all the positives about them, but they cannot reveal negatives about them. Why? Because you have not bonded so much that they can trust you. So a friend, you can have as many friends as 200, 300, 500 friends. They are common people. They are friends, but they have not bonded to a level of you telling them your weaknesses. You are fearful that they are likely to gossip you. So that is a friend. But a best friend is a person that you know their positives and you know their negatives. Okay? They are negatives. A best friend, you tell them, I have this sickness that has taken me 5 years. I have this issue. I'm suffering from this. I have this. My mother is this. My father is this. I have an uncle who is a drunkard. I have all this. You see, you tell them everything. I had a relationship that broke some years back. I have this. So our best friend is a person who knows your positives and your negatives. Why is it important to always make sure in whichever relationship you start, make sure you don't jump the level of a best friend. Why? Because most of the relationship and most of the marriages break because of the negative things. And these negative things, you come to see them when it is too late, when you are already in a relationship. But if this person told you, can you imagine a person who has gotten married, they are already in marriage, and then inside the marriage is when they are realizing that the husband had 3 more kids outside. Or maybe you are married and you realize that your wife had 4 children somewhere else and they never told you. You see, if they told you, that's okay, and then you felt that you have the ability to withhold that information, then that will be okay. But most of the time, many relationships that have broken, many separations is out of people jumping this level of a best friend where the person is not able to speak out their lives. The next level is called the 6th level, relationship. The stage of a relationship. Stage of a relationship is whereby you natuma credit, anakutumia credit, muna chat. You talk over the phone, munaongea usiku mzima. Unaongea, unasikia sikio imekuwa moto, unageuza simu pande hii inakuwa moto, unaweka round speaker, mnazungumza, unamtumia ka credit. This is where unapeleka mtu coffee, unataka kumpropose. This is where if you get to this level is where you have a purpose for that person. And when you purpose, then you pursue. After purpose, you pursue. Then after you pursue, then you do what? After you pursue, then you propose. Then after you propose, then you perfect. Okay? This is the 6th level, the level of a relationship. This is where unafuatilia mtu. Hapa ndipo mtu unyeshewa sana na mvua. Ukiescort mtu, umeescort mtu, ukirudi nyumbani unanyeshewa sana na mvua. This is a level ambayo unauliwa sana na mosquitoes. Kuwa umesimama mahali unatafuta mtu kwa sababu is a level of relationship. And it's okay. From the 6th level, we go to the level of called the courtship, which is the 7th level. This is where you take a lead and separate the person from the others. If you see somebody suffering from so many relationships and what have you, when they are already married, they did not get through this level.
So they did not get separated.
They did not separate the person they married. They failed to separate the person they married. And if they separated the person, then awangekuwa na hizo challenges mingi sana unakuta wako nazo. So chances are very high. When you get to this level, you run to separate the others, then you only have this person. And it is well. Then we have the 8th level, which is the level of marriage. This is where you marry the person, you plan maybe a wedding, and you do the wedding, you get married, you become one. Your money becomes her money. Your house becomes her house. Her money becomes your money too. Your car becomes her car. Her clothes becomes part of your clothes. So everything becomes one. And therefore you share everything. That is marriage. And the 10th level, the 9th level, from marriage we go to 9th level. It is called intimacy. Intimacy. Immediately after marriage, people proceed for honeymoon. That honeymoon is what we are calling intimacy. That level. Or whichever time, if you did not go for honeymoon, at least you got married. There is a day you got married. That day you got married, That night, wherever you went for that night, that is the night we are calling it intimacy. Your intimacy ya kuwa together, staying together, you don't want to be separated, you want to be one. The pain of the other becomes your pain. That time you don't want, anything you want, you want to bring them water, you want to give them anything, you just feel like heaven is together with you. That night or that time is the honeymoon. And after honeymoon, we go to the last level. The fruits of honeymoon brings us to the 10th level and the last level. It's called reproduction, the stage of reproduction, which is the last level, where we get the fruits of all the other stages.